Okay, he figured it out. Hi.
Ahoy.
Hi. Oh, hey, didn't see you there.
Are you with me?
Can you not hear me?
I can hear you now.
Good.
So what's going on?
I don't know. It's been a long day. I had a show in the morning at an old folks home.
Oh, is that the one you get super high for, allegedly?
The old folks?
No, the daytime show.
No, that was just me.
Different show?
No, I didn't play a show this evening. No, I went to go see her play.
No, daytime show. You said you played daytime.
Yeah, that was just me playing
Old folks.
for old folks in
For old
Virginia,
folks.
Falls Church.
Falls
They
Church.
seem to have a nice time.
Did they give you money in Virginia?
Yeah, but that's like I have a guarantee. Yeah.
Ooh.
So I play an hour, I get a little,
get money.
I get like $150.
They give you monies.
They give me monies. Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah. It is nice. Oh man, next time that's gold, baby.
What? No.
Leave
It's
that
not
on
that
the
kind-
field. Everybody
Not
wants to
that
hear
kind of
that.
show. No,
It's
not
not?
that kind of show. No.
Okay.
No, baby, no. So have you watched What If yet today?
No.
You missed out. It's very good.
So you're racist. That's why you didn't like the one with the Native Americans. Right?
No, I don't like to read.
Oh, okay, little baby.
Little baby don't like read.
Little baby, do not like read.
Don't like the reading.
Yeah, if I watch something in another language, I never watch with dubs, like ever. So I always.
Ooh,
Yeah, so
look at you and your functioning eyeballs.
I guess. You could also say, fucking virgin watching anime, because that's primarily what it is. It's
Yeah, I
anime.
think that's what you're going. So do you have it closed captioned, or is it so pure that you just don't need to know what the fuck is going on?
No, I watch with it's. Well,
Come
it's not
on.
it's not like closed captioning. Like they don't say exhales and like grunting or panting. They don't.
Those
do
are
like,
fun.
They
No,
don't
see,
do.
those
Yeah,
are fun.
They don't
Yeah.
do stage directions.
Yeah, well, I have things that are enjoyable. I can see that.
No, yeah. If you have a good show, you make a good show. That's the enjoyable part. You don't have to rely on the stage directions.
I don't understand. Hey, stage direction, don't put it down.
I'm not.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I've never. Unless you're like, you want to get like really high and then just watch, somebody go like, no.
The ones I don't mind them dubbed when they leave in the actual voice in the background.
I see what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah. Like when you can tell, like you hear what they're saying off in the distance, and then you hear it in English for you. But like the missus watches like a bunch of shows that originate in other languages, and they just dub them. But it's weird because it's not like when you'd watch, Kung Fu Double Feature or whatever, and they'd kind of try to make it match up,
Right.
or it would be so comically wide that it wouldn't matter. But this is like they're just their mouth, and I don't realize until I try to watch one of those how much lip reading I do when I watch shows.
Interesting.
Yeah, my hearing's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, my hearing's fine. It's a habit. Like when I talk to people, like I had a real hard time with masks because I couldn't see people's lips move. I'm like, that's weird. Like I'm just used to, I don't know, soft talking people, or no, that can't be it. Well, Jolene's actually very quiet, so I give her a hard time when she's lost her voice and she does this stuff while she's talking. I'm like, look, I already can't hear you because you're talking so quiet. You got to give me a chance here. Otherwise, let's just not talk.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Yeah. The thing I just came from, like I said, is very loud.
You're very old. You're
I am
old.
I am old
Well,
man.
You're old man.
I am
It'll make you
old
feel
man.
better though. I was speaking to the younger child earlier.
Yes.
I know, hard to believe.
You guys never talk.
No, he never talks. But he basically he heard me talking to you, and the gist of it was he wanted me to talk to him like I talked to you, and I'm like, well, that's not how it works. He's my friend. You're my kid.
You have to earn this.
Yeah, and also it's like I'm trying to help raise you and turn you, hopefully turn you into a good person. There's no illusion of that with my friendship with Jules.
Yeah, no, that ship has long sailed.
But the other thing that got him, I said, you're my son, and he's a 33-year-old man, and he couldn't believe that I was friends with somebody so much younger than me. Couldn't believe it.
Yeah, I used to. I mean, because like when you are in school, like through college, if you make the mistake of going to college,
yes,
then like all of your friends are basically just your age. Like you're corralled into this group, and then you're sometimes together if you're like if you stay in the same school system for like 12, 14 years of your life.
Yeah. And the other weird thing about it is I had to explain the lifer thing to him. Is like if you're a musician and you stick with it, the older you get, the younger your friends will become, because more and more people fall off.
Right.
And it's been that way. It's been that way for,
ever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'd know old heads when I was young, but for the most part, like the people in my scene, like I'm the oldest one, and that's weird. But like, there are people pretty close to my age, like Robin Rowan, but yeah, like everybody, there are people around here who are like 10 or 15 years older than me who still play, and that's nice. And I got a buddy, Steve, who's my age.
Steven Spielberg?
No.
Oh, that's my buddy Steve. Hi, I'm George Lucas, creator of Star Wars. My buddy Steve, he made E.T.
He got really sad.
I put an E.T. in.
He lost his mom. He got really sad.
I put an
I
E.T.
remember.
In the funniest Star Wars.
So dumb.
It was the funniest Star Wars because Jar Jar Binks was there, and he's very funny. I love him. He's my favorite.
Tried so hard.
Representation matters. Goongans matter. He says it like that. He says Goongans.
Goongans lives matter.
The Goongans. Goongan lives matter.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've found the opposite to be the case here with the folk scene.
Oh, well, that's a different thing.
That's
entirely.
different, but like that's the only music scene really here besides like the punk scene. Like that's the show I went to was like a punk show.
See, I only got into the acoustic scene accidentally. Like Joylene and I were in bands,
right?
And not like rock bands, RAWK,
but like you play electric,
loud, stuff, electric bands,
amplified
like
music,
yeah. And it turned out we started playing. It's kind of like finding out you're good at hosting online things, or you don't know you have a jump shot until somebody hands you a basketball. Like that's the comparison I use when talking about virtual stuff. It's like, how the fuck would I know that I'm any good at this until it came up?
Yeah, and like what would possibly precipitate it, right?
Yeah.
Like you wouldn't go searching for things like that. You just fall backwards into it, yeah.
But the acoustic
like Donald
thing,
Trump and being president. He just nailed it.
I
Nailed
don't
it
know
in
what
one
that
go.
means. I don't know what that means. Hillary won, didn't she? It was a completely
We're all at
boring
brunch.
presidency.
We're currently at brunch, yeah.
Imagine how wonderfully boring that would have been.
Yeah,
but, anyway,
but then we would have gotten into some like fucking weird wars, and
you'd have found something.
There already was something, like that. I thought
having to explain to the 11-year-old that we've pretty much always been at war.
Oh yeah, for
fun.
your whole life.
Oh yeah,
yeah, for my dad's whole life. Yeah,
for all of them. When did we have a break? In the last 100 years? It was
I think. No. There wasn't. No, last 100 years. Yeah, World War I was over 100 years ago. So no.
Yeah.
Before World War I, there was a break, but then before that, there was not. We were at war with like the French, the Spanish, the indigenous people of this country.
There's still books that haven't like disintegrated that were printed then, like when World War I happened.
I have a book that is like from like 1913 or something. It's very boring. I couldn't get through it, but I kept it because it's like
because it's old.
So,
it's old shit. But yeah, that's interesting because we backed into the acoustic thing because turned out we were all right at it. It's not what we wanted to do, but we could talk. Like, we could talk to each other on stage. Once she got over her crippling stage fright. Oh my God, man, she couldn't talk into a microphone. It was hilarious. Like, say thank you to the people, honey.
I think
Thank you. Yeah, it was that
really
bad.
sad.
Yeah, it was really bad. But we're talking like 1999, 2000. Yeah, at the 8x10 open mic.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that place still around?
No idea. I don't live there anymore. But yeah, that was a very long time ago. But yeah, just backing into things like that. Yeah, I guess in the folk scene, you stay there until you're like, dead.
Yeah, until you fucking die, yeah.
Yeah.
Like our good friend Grover. I mean, he fucking like, Grover. Yeah. Just,
That is a name. No, you know what? I appreciate it because that is a name that I haven't thought of in too long.
Oh man, when I like help run the open mic at the Spark on the back end, like through the StreamYard stuff, and there's all the name banners to throw up.
Did they keep Grover's?
They kept Grover's there.
Yes.
Yeah. So like every time I
very
breeze
happy
by
that,
him, I'm like, Eddie's.
That pocket dial was one of the best accidents that ever happened to me. Because
man, that is so cool.
We just like.
Did you tell that story on here?
Yeah. I told it when we did the tribute to him, but yeah, just the specifics elude me a little bit now because it's late and I've had a few. But the long and the short was, oh yes, please and thank you. I don't know why. Oh, because we had been messaging and he was telling me some stuff, and
because we were gonna have him on here.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That would have been so great.
Would have been great, man. He would have fit like right the fuck in.
He would have taken over.
Yeah.
Which is what you want the guests to do.
What you want.
All we're ever trying to do is get somebody else to do it.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Rowan could do it. He's just too polite.
Yeah.
Of the three of us, he is like, I feel like the most likable and charismatic.
Deeply.
I can be very charismatic.
Deeply
That
so.
doesn't mean I'm always, fucking likable. And you,
same.
and you're here too.
Yeah. No, I've got the same thing. I can be very charismatic, but there's something deeply unlikable.
Troubling, I would say.
Oh yeah, it's unfortunate.
I've got a bad feeling about this.
There's something very wrong. The third reel is not going to turn out well.
It really falls apart at the end. Yeah.
Oof, so bad.
Yikes,
so
yikes.
bad.
Thought it had legs, but nope. A woman once told me that
see, the story already falls apart.
It really is. I'm an unreliable narrator. A woman told me once, oh man, when I first like met you, I was like, wow, he's gorgeous and he has the voice of an angel. And then I got to know you, and I'm glad we're friends. Something to that effect.
Yeah, I got the.
It was a woman that I was like quite attracted to.
Sure.
Yeah,
I got the. I'm great till you get to know me.
Yeah, that's basically that's the
all
same.
that means, Jules. All that means is eventually, no matter what they say, everyone is going to leave.
Yeah, and if you go into it knowing that, you're golden, baby.
These fuckers are all going to leave me.
Yeah, So live it up.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Oh, but the Grover thing, basically, I just we'd been messaging, put my phone in my pocket. 10 seconds later, I hear that voice, and I'm like, "Hey, man!" We just start talking, and we just start bullshitting, and I'm like, in my head, I'm like, "You don't want to talk about dying stuff,
Of course not.
Probably."
Yeah.
And eventually, he did a little bit, but then we talked about other shit, and it's like, you know what? You have the floor,
Yeah, and it's not like it's not on his fucking mind. Like if he wants to, but the way I feel about it, with any sort of trauma or something that someone's going through, usually when they want someone to talk to, they don't want to talk about that thing. That thing has consumed their fucking life.
Or they want to break from talking about it.
That's what I'm saying. So then they want to
come
talk
around to talking about it.
That's what I was getting to. Is they
but I got there much better, much quicker.
And luckily I didn't even get to finish what I was saying. And let's just keep talking over each other.
And so much better of a job with that.
And my face looks like Godzilla versus Kong the poster.
Does it really?
Yeah, kind of.
That's a great poster.
It's really good. The neon stuff. Did I tell you I watched that movie recently? Again?
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, I think I did.
Oh, you did because of how much fun it was.
Yeah, it's a good time.
It's an insane
Is it a good
amount of
movie?
fun. No,
Probably not by any stretch.
No.
I feel the same way about that movie that I do about the Harley Quinn movie, where it's like I had a fucking great time.
What a joy!
You know, she never got to eat her goddamn sandwich. Like, just oh my god.
And I loved Rosie Perez getting to play like the tired, worn out.
Right, she was old C.
detective.
Perez.
Good night, everybody. Actually, that was really good. I got to go back and watch that again. I think we bought it when it came out.
It's on one of the.
No, I think we bought it.
One of the stream. Oh well, then okay. Physical media. Oh no.
Yeah.
Streamables.
No.
Yeah.
No, the fake streamable things that you don't really own because they can just stop.
You don't own, and then you may not have access to in a bit. Yeah.
Motherfucker. Yeah, that was the whole thing about that. But I will
That's why
say,
I bought
like,
the Spider-Verse movies.
fucking Black Mask.
So good. I'm so sad they killed him. Like, for real.
Spoilers.
Yeah, to a movie nobody saw and nobody ever going to see. Yeah.
And you know what? It was perfectly fine. In fact, I think I should go back and watch it again.
Yeah.
I think I liked it more than the Suicide Squad.
Yeah, but you're wrong. Yeah, that was like it.
If
Maybe
they had
I
stuck
liked
with-
it because it was like anti-imperialist, and I just loved seeing everybody in that movie do everything they were doing, and I just like James Gunn as a filmmaker. So
I think the fact that it went so wackadoo so fast meant that nothing had any stakes, and I just I'm not really. It's kind of like the Adult Swim cartoons that I couldn't get into because it's just a lot of blathering and nothing of merit happens. It doesn't make.
You're
me
watching
laugh.
the wrong Adult Swim cartoons. Maybe you're watching like Squidbillies or fucking Aqua Teen Hunger Force or some shit. Yeah,
It's
Space
just not
Ghost, Coast
for
to
me.
Coast. No, Venture Brothers is one of the greatest television shows that's ever happened. It's right up your alley. I know you're never going to watch it because there's too much stuff, but you know it's
There's way too much stuff.
yeah.
Maybe
one of your kids will like it because it's
started
like it's
watching
very
something-
comic book. It's comic books. It's the Marvel Universe meets Hanna-Barbera.
One
but
of the
it's kinda
things I
rude.
got, one of the things I got for the 14-year-old for Christmas was Compendium #2 of Invincible because he loved Compendium 1
That's in my
so
cart.
much.
It's in my cart.
He's,
I prefer the animation style of the show
I love the animation style
because it's basically
they
the
did a good
Bruce
job of
Timm, DC
Oh
animation
no,
style.
I thought they stayed pretty close. I'll have to
I
look
think it's
again.
much more crisp in the
Chris.
the TV show. Yeah, crispy Eric. So crispy.
So crispy. But yeah, no, but that was a really nice talk with. That's one of those ones. It's not like I wanted to record it or anything, but it'd be nice to be able to listen back. You know, it was just a sweet. It was just a sweet. He's like, so what? I do remember. He was like, what's going on with you? And I just told him some shit going on with me and the kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's just a sweet guy. Rob, getting to hear Rob. Have you talked to Rob about like when they went to his place?
Only like you may have seen all of the conversation I've had with him.
Pull
about
him
that.
aside sometime if you find him in the right mood, because when they came up, we got the long version. It was just great. It's just great
because he had just come from there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we were the next stop after seeing him, so it must have been fresh.
Yeah, where was he? Michigan?
No, someplace like Indiana or something. I could be
Oh
very
no,
wrong.
Oklahoma.
Oh yeah, that's like Indiana.
Yeah, it's like Michigan too,
one
and
of
that
those
it's a
states.
state. Oh shit.
Yeah, I genuinely don't remember. That sucks.
Yeah,
It sucks. It sucks that stuff goes out of your head.
I know. It's fucking like, I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know about your world, but in my world, bad shit keeps happening. So much.
Yeah, my bad shit is really mundane and like not complain aboutable, especially to your ass. Fucking.
I mean, now
we need to find that goddamn witch and uncurse your family because it's ridiculous.
Did you ever read any Martin Amis?
No.
You
But I
might like
loved Amos and Andy.
Well, I know. You never felt more represented than by two white guys doing black voice.
Representation matters. Jar Jar Binks. The inspiration for Jar Jar Binks was the comedy stylings of Amos and Andy.
It's very strange because my youngest loves old media, like loves radio shows,
Vaudeville,
hearing about vaudeville, hearing about all that stuff, old movies, old records, all that stuff. But also, he's super offended by the stuff in there, and I'm like, look, buddy, you
gotta pick a lane.
you gotta. It's
gotta
basically
look through the lens of
it's how hard you have to squint to be able to enjoy it.
Yeah,
because like. He's like, I want to read Huck Finn. I'm like, well, there's this thing.
There's a couple. There's one character.
There's this one thing, and it's his name is Jim,
yes.
And that was your grandfather's name. Your grandfather was kind of fond of that word, but that's a separate conversation we're not going to have.
Oh man, this country's so fun. It's great, and I love.
Well, a guy, honestly, for a guy born in '39. Grading on the curve of what other people's parents did that I heard. Mm-hmm. It's not okay, but it's more okay than a lot of it was.
Your grandfather was born in '39?
My father was born in '39.
Okay.
His grandfather.
His grandfather. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, what?
No.
I'm doing the math, and that doesn't work.
Nope. No. I've kept a lot of those stories because why?
Yeah, why do that to someone?
I do that. It is weird. Every once in a while, I'll fuck up and I'll tell them something from the '70s. You know, the big one was getting hit a few times. You know, and they're like, yeah, you know, your grandfather hit me a few times. And they're like, what? I'm like, no, you don't understand. It was like 3 times. This is the '70s.
And so you were like, he was the aberration.
Oh, yeah.
Only hitting you 3 times.
Uh-huh. Yeah. I can count them, and I can tell you why. Yeah. And I can tell you the reasons for them. And, like, oh, maybe. You know, like, it's not just, he wasn't just one of those, he didn't get hammered. He didn't, like, yell. He didn't do any of that shit you hear about that there was a lot of. Mm-hmm. You know, I got hit 3 times for 3 specific things, and there's a case to be made. You know, I'm not saying it's a case that side will win on because I don't.
There just is a case.
Yeah, but yeah, but
like flat Earth. Just hear me out.
No. That's just true. I'm just waiting for more fuckers to fall off. That's why it's.
Look, when the sides melt. When the ice caps melt.
It's an aspirational thing. It sucks so bad that there is no snow here. It's just rainy and in the 40s, and it sucks.
It's unseasonably warm.
This is in 7 years. This isn't like a 30-year difference or a 50-year difference. When I moved here, we moved here in a snowstorm. When we bought this house, like there was Snowmageddon happened here like 6 years ago. You know, and now it's like fucking just drizzling.
We haven't had like a real snow here,
and people are all
like 5 years.
Some people are just like, "Yay, we're not getting all the snow," and the people who understand them like, "This is bad.
It's really bad.
This is really bad."
You know, like my sister, I was talking to her. She's moving back, and she's bringing her dog. It's gonna be a whole thing.
I'm sorry, younger or older sister?
Younger, 2 years.
Oh.
Yeah. Yep.
Does she music as well?
Yeah. Not in the manner we do.
Not the obsessive fashion?
She does. I mean, I don't know. I don't fucking know. Probably. I don't know. She gets real fixated on stuff. So that's one of the things.
So you guys are super close. I'm getting that.
Closer than we have been in the past.
That's good. I don't understand only child.
Yeah.
Married an only child.
Right.
We had 2 kids, so all the dynamics between them, like, what the fuck is happening?
Yeah, it's weird. Sibling stuff is weird. I assume it's different. I think there's like a sweet spot between like 3 to like 5 kids, where like if there are that many, then they're very closely knit. Pretty much like, unless maybe sometimes there's one.
Are there just the
off.
2 of you?
It's just the 2 of us. Yeah.
I don't think Have you watched Still Bill?
Still
The
Bill?
documentary about
Yeah,
it's
Kill
called
Bill. Yeah, Volume 2 I think is better. Yeah.
Still Bill.
That's your favorite
which is
director, Quentin Tarantino.
documentary about Bill Withers.
Oh, no.
Yeah, and his upbringing. He didn't make his first record till he was 33. He lived a real life.
So I'm still got time.
Nope.
I've still got
No,
3
no.
months.
No.
Also,
But anyway,
I've
no.
already made 2
It's pretty great though. He had a life. He actually didn't want to quit his job. He had like a good. He helped build airplanes, I believe.
in the war.
And then he came. And then he got. He had all the hits he had, and then he got
Did he die
married and he
recently?
had kids, and not that long ago. Yeah. And he realized that he wanted to be with them, so he stopped. And then decades later, he decided he wanted to make a little more music, and he did.
Huh.
That it's a good documentary. It's not like he doesn't turn out to be a piece of shit. He's just a guy who lived a life and had it, and turns out like he didn't start writing his own music until much later in life. He could sing. He was in the military, and somebody loaned him a guitar, and he had a good voice, and he'd like play some shows, but he didn't write songs. He was just a guy, and then he turned out to be Bill Withers, and he goes back to the town that he grew up in, and like a fairly close relation. I don't know if it was like a great aunt or great uncle or something like that, but whatever the number was back was a slave in this town.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it was some real shit, and
Yeah.
it's a really good doc. Like it got way deeper than I was expecting. Like, oh, I like Bill Withers. Those are good songs. I'm like, oh shit. Like you go from sitting back with your drink to kind of leaning forward.
Yeah.
Just like, oh, I'm gonna need to spend a little more time with this. Okay, this is not the romp that I thought it might have been.
Video essays tend to fill the documentary hole that I believe a lot of people like to get filled by regular like Netflix documentaries or whatever.
Video essays?
Yeah, it's
do you mean?
when Rowan comes on, we will indoctrinate you into the cult of the video essay.
Are these more YouTube-y things?
I mean, they are basically feature-length documentaries, but they just put them out on YouTube because that's the platform that they have. As opposed to getting a Netflix deal, and a lot of the lefty video essayists have like come together and they created this platform called Nebula, which is like a very
Coming together is a myth, man. I don't.
Boom doom ba-do-do-doo.
I loved them so much, and now I want nothing to do with them.
Well, people won't shut the fuck up about them.
Please shut the fuck
Please
up.
shut up. Just let
Other
the band
bands-
just be. They're good. I'm not fucking saying they're not good.
No.
But like, come on, guys.
But also shut the
and
fuck up.
you had me at come on, guys. But like, come on, guys.
I know. Oh, I know.
That's a Harris Whittles joke. May he rip.
Is it? Yeah. Oh man.
Yeah.
Humble
yeah,
brag.
Yeah. Humble brag. Yeah. Writer on Parks and Rec. Very funny. Like, oh my god. The best early episodes of Comedy Bang Bang were the ones where he was on it.
You mean Comedy Death Ray?
He was on Death Ray, and then when it switched to Bang Bang, like 2 years in, yeah.
Comedy Bang Bang and Comedy Bang Bang. How do you feel about the Reggie Watts? I don't think we've discussed.
I
him
just
very
talked
much.
to somebody about this.
I'm somebody else.
I'm fine. I think he's good at what he does. It's undeniable. I just don't find him that funny.
It's not about funny. He's so singular that I'm just like, wow.
Yeah, exactly. It's impressive. Like that's undeniable. Like, and he was wasted on James Corden. Like,
well, that's fun.
There's bigger.
Oh, I thought you meant he was high on James Corden.
I hope he was high for every time.
I legitimately thought that's what but he was wasted on. Well, good for him.
He was the band leader, and like,
yeah,
he
that's
was completely
right.
wasted. But like, I think that is a similar disparity between James Corden and Reggie Watts, talent-wise.
Yeah.
As like the roots to Jimmy Fallon. I think
that one hurt my head.
I think that one is a wider gap, but they're close.
They're really good.
Yeah. At least James Corden can like kind of act.
I remember
He was good in those Doctor Who episodes. Well, that one Doctor Who episode.
He was really fat in that.
He was fatter than he is now. Yeah.
He's a large.
Hey man, look, being abusive to your staff really lets you shed the pounds. Look how skinny Ellen is. Fucking
Portia
Goddard.
just wants her out of the house. That shows you that it's not about gender, it's about money. Because
No, that's
Jesus Christ.
exactly what it is. It's not about
Yeah.
race. It's not about gender. It's the class shit. Once you get it's money poisoning. That's what it is. Dave Chappelle was born poor around here, like a stone's fucking throw from where he went to Woodland Elementary School, which is
Was
like
he that close?
he's really close. He was born in Silver Spring, Maryland.
Yeah, I know. I didn't
Then
know
he
that.
moved to DC later, but like he
I
went to
know
Woodland.
he started. I know he started comedy at the same place the same night that Patton Oswalt did. They both started at the DC Improv.
Yeah,
I
because
want
Patton
to
was a Virginia boy.
Yeah, I want to say that that Chappelle was 16 and Patton was 19.
Wow.
Yeah.
This was like 88.
It's a
something
minute
like
ago
that.
because Patton's a little older than I am.
Yeah.
God, don't you wish you could be friends with Patton Oswalt? Every once in a while I
Man,
hear
that is
somebody
one
like
of the
that.
reasons I like to listen to these non-deep dive podcasts, you know, or like non-news podcast stuff. It's because it's like,
I'm just really speaking of those kinds of things. I don't mean to cut you off, genuinely, but
didn't have to
you don't.
cut me off.
You're not that familiar with Gary Gulman.
Only through podcast appearances on
I
like
think
the Nerdist and Pardo's.
I think you'd
podcasts.
love if you were in the mood for stand up. He's very very
it keeps
clever and funny.
Shoving Rex at me because I think
He's
like
wonderful.
next year
All
I'll
you have to
probably
do
get
is
back
go
into
on
stand-up.
Go on YouTube and just Google Gary Gulman's Conan appearance. He does a whole thing about the how they came up with the abbreviations for state names, and it's fucking brilliant. It's great. But I'm listening to him. He's doing a tour. He's doing a podcast tour now. There's nothing better than when somebody you like does a podcast tour. And he did like Conan's one, and it's fine. Like he's a big fan. Yeah. He's very funny on it. He's very personable.
I'm
but
sure
then
Matt Gorley was the best.
actually he was fucking great.
Yeah,
Gorley was
because Gorley's a great interviewer. It should be Gorley's show because he's so
very good.
funny and he's
But-
so charming.
but
And
also,
he's
I don't
quite
think-
good at music.
And I don't think that's interesting. I don't think Conan has money poisoning. I just think he's a 60-year-old white guy who's been in entertainment for 40 years or whatever it is.
That'll
So-
do it. Yeah.
Yeah, but he's fine. He's totally fine. I don't have a problem with him.
He's not like a total like Chappelle, the heel turn that Chappelle has taken, or the heel turn that
What
Kanye
a
took.
perfect way to put it! Oh my God!
It really is like a.
I was just watching the Kevin Hart and Chris Rock thing on Netflix, and I genuinely I don't think I've seen 10 minutes of Kevin Hart stand up. I like him as a comedic actor. I still think Chris Rock is one of the best stand-ups of all
just
time.
because of those two, Bigger and Blacker, and what was the other
my
one? The one that
God.
came right before or right after it. I can't.
I know
remember.
what you're talking about, and I can't
but
remember
those
the name.
those two that came out
run,
like the into the 90s. Like
Oh
into
my
the 2000s.
God. I
So
remember-
funny the
I remember-
champagne room bit, like all of that, just like the
Hey,
skits.
there
and
is
then it's-
no sex in the champagne room.
like the fucking song. I think
I
about
remember
it all the
being
time.
in the first apartment Joylene and I were in together in 99 or 2000, whenever that came out, the band sitting in our living room on the couch and laughing so hard you can't breathe from that. And these are, 3 white people and Joylene. And we're all like laughing our fucking heads off, so it's not that whole
Funny
thing. It's like, it
shit
can't be
is just
relatable.
relatable, exactly.
Funny is funny. I
Funny
had
is
like,
funny. That's it.
Who's Cat Williams, who
Yeah.
I don't always get, but he
Yeah.
had this whole thing about, and you get so high and you're listening to Lil Wayne and you start crying because you're dressed like him, but you start crying because he sounds like a little kid when he's rapping, and I just almost fell over. It was so fucking random.
Yeah,
but
he's
no.
another person who's not very funny anymore, and it talks
I don't get
about,
it,
like,
but that's
cancel
okay.
stuff. But
Yeah, that gets so tiresome.
it's
but
really just
so very tiresome.
I just can't,
Please,
And-
perfect way to put it. But watching the Kevin Hart thing, who I think is very funny. I like him as an actor.
He's good in movies.
And then with Chris Rock, they decided to do like a series of shows together, and then wait, what's happening? Joylene has almost tested negative for COVID, but not quite. She's got that little blue line.
Little tiny covies.
Poor fucking, and she's had to, put up with me for 25 years.
Ugh.
And all the other shit. So
Kevin Hart,
they're
Chris
there, and the last show they did like 5 or 6 shows around New York, like Madison Square Garden and a bunch of other fucking places, similar type places. But then they have, Chappelle show up for the last show.
Yeah.
And he actually seems like a fairly nice man
I'm
this.
sure he is.
No. I mean, normally
Generally,
he
right.
just like if he shows up on other people's things, he seems like a good enough guy. But anything that he does on his own, he seems far too pleased with himself and forgot how to be funny. But he showed up on this thing because Kevin Hart decided that Chris Rock was the GOAT, so he got him a goat. And they were going to walk the goat out on stage. And you want to talk about money poisoning. Like, it'd be a great idea to just bring you a live animal. Oh, we didn't realize that animals shit. And it's like shitting all over the stage. But like, yeah, exactly. But I will say, like, Rock's tambourine is fucking great. The remix he did of it with extra material was even better. His last one, really fucking good. Like unlike a lot of people, even people I love, like Eddie Izzard, I haven't seen like a genuinely special from him. Izzard's specials just fell off, and it's too bad. It's like he had this one trick, and that like the dress circle, whatever the one was. What do you have? Have you watched Izzard?
I've seen one special, the one where he's in the blue shiny thing.
Do you have a flag? Is that the one?
I don't know. I was very high and a teenager, so I wasn't really good at media.
Well, there's this one that's really good, and I'm like, great. Let me hear your other albums. Shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a bummer. It's like, oh, this is what you had, huh? Okay, well, that's really good.
Yeah. It's like Lauryn Hill. And then, like, apparently Lauryn Hill is doing other stuff now that I haven't looked into. But
she hasn't made more records unless you count her
No, that's not what I
Unplugged.
mean. No, she's apparently she has opinions.
Oh no.
Yeah. Yeah. I haven't looked into it because I don't.
Don't.
Yeah.
Man, that record's good.
It's great. It's great. And then she
Record's
didn't
so
make
good.
it. Then she never made music again.
She made like an Unplugged,
It
and
doesn't
then
count.
and then she did something else for the last 30 years, and now she's kind of touring again.
Right. On that one album.
It's a real good album, though.
It is, but
It's real good. No, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a romantic part of you. There's a romantic part of one. I'm not going to speak for you.
Yeah, thank you. I was about to fucking call your bluff on that shit.
I
was like,
know.
Go ask my ex-wife and find me a wife so I can divorce her.
So I can X her.
So I can X her. I'll get at her on Twitter.
Word.
X.
Word to your mother. I got drawn into Threads for a minute, and I'm like, why am I doing this? And it's already getting
Isn't
weird.
that a Facebook?
No,
Yeah, I think that's
Is
Facebook's
it?
Twitter. Yeah, that's Facebook's Twitter.
Okay.
Blue Sky
Oh,
is the one that people have
right.
said
There's
is
always going to be something else.
generally good.
And
Mastodon.
I spent so much less time on Bookface since I like took it off my phone. But then when I wanted to try to actually look at it, the mobile app, the mobile page is so shitty and glitchy, and I'm like, stop it.
Yeah,
That's
and that's obviously on purpose.
Yeah, because once you get the app, but
So they can track your data better.
sure.
Yeah.
But on the Threads thing, I tried a little bit. I think I'm gonna get rid of it. But like Isbell's on there, and he's great.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he
was one of Obama's songs of the year. Was
Cool.
Not the one that you said was the better song.
I didn't say
But-
it was better. I said I like it more. Cast Iron Skillet is like one of the best songs he's ever written.
Yes. It's up there with like, for me, it's up there with like Soldiers Get Strange and oh God, what was the one off of his first solo record? That might still, it came down to it, that might be my favorite song by him.
From Southeastern.
No, his first solo record.
Yeah, I don't know. From before he got sober, I didn't listen to him.
Do you really? No,
Yeah,
they're,
no.
they're
I know.
less-
I know like a couple songs. There was one that actually showed up in Billions. and it's called "Go It Alone," which
That's a good one.
was
That's
yeah,
a pretty good one.
that's a pretty good one.
There's a bunch. It's not like it's that hard to find
Yeah, but
them.
Southeastern is a fucking perfect record. Like, except for, look, I think Super 8 is a very good song.
I love Super
and if
8.
it comes up on shuffle, like just in all of the songs I have, then great, I'm listening to it. But if it just comes up while I'm listening to Southeastern,
I
the
like-
album,
I
skip it.
love that he has a sense of humor on at least one song.
yeah,
You know, like I love that song for that. But the one I'm thinking of is not that. It is.
no, I figured.
It is off the first record. It's too bad because his second solo record, it's just called Jason Isbell and the 400 Unit, has like 4 of my favorite songs by him. I think we've talked about this stuff before. This one's on, the one I was talking about is in, Sirens of the Ditch from '07. Dress Blues. That's a fucking great song. From the live record.
Yeah, I know. So I got all the ones from
Mm-hmm.
the live record that he did. That well, let's see. I only got like 7 tracks from it. I didn't listen. I listened to the whole thing, and then I just picked and chose. I got the Danko Manuel song. 'Cause the solo in that is fucking killer.
That's a Truckers song. Like that's
Yeah, I know.
that's that
Yeah,
old.
so is Goddamn Lonely Love.
One of my favorite.
It's really great. I'm
Trucker
learning
songs.
to play it on Panano because that's that line. I'm not going to try it right now. I'd butcher it. Let's see. And
Is
then
it
the
from
one
the
you said,
bridge,
Dress
or-
Dress Blues.
Dress Blues is a wonderful song.
Decoration Day.
Also a great song.
Let's see.
His first one for the Truckers, they named the record after it.
Wow.
Yeah.
What
Hell
are
of a
the
talent. His
other
shit can be
couple in
so inconsistent, I find.
Well, like I've said this, that like I feel like every album after Southeastern is pretty much the same level of quite good. Like the album on the whole is pretty fucking good, solid. And then there's a few songs on it that I'll skip.
There are songs.
Do you have the new one? Because I've grown to like the stuff on the new one quite a bit. There's a couple that I skipped.
The new one. I haven't made it through the new one yet. Am I missing out?
Yeah, King of Oklahoma is great. I've come around on Save the World. Strawberry Woman is great. If You Insist, obviously, like I said, Cast Iron Skillet. Volunteer it's one of my favorite songs on the album.
There's a bunch of shit that just irritates me, and I can't.
I mean, but you can skip them. Or
Death Wish isn't great.
No, Death Wish isn't great. But King of
Is
Oklahoma.
Middle of the Morning the one?
That's and I'm tired.
Oh God, that's not a good song.
But King of Oklahoma, Strawberry Woman. I like Save the World. You may like it. I like the instrumentation of it.
I gotta go back. I honestly forget that it's there.
Yeah,
I just have
and
to.
it came out this year. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of shit. Nashville Sound has some songs on it that I really love, like Last of My Kind.
Yeah.
Cumberland Gap is great.
Yeah.
White Man's World, I appreciate the effort, but
Yeah.
oof.
Yeah. Look, man, it's not for you. It's for his fan. It's for fans.
Wait,
of his
what are you
music.
trying to say?
It's
what
for
are you trying
fans
to
of his
say?
music that only listen to country music
Fair.
and who
Although
otherwise
I will
wouldn't
say,
hear that point of view.
oh, Hope the High Road. Hope the High Road. I think actually nails it. Like
Yeah,
you're
those are
trying
basically
for
the
that.
same song. Yeah, I just like
But-
again the instrumentation of White Man's World. I really
But
like. the way it
Hope
sounds.
the High Road lyrically nails it better, as opposed to just being ooh, nice try.
Yeah, but like, come on. If We Were Vampires, Anxiety, Molotov, Chaos and Clothes.
No, Anxiety makes me angry.
Why?
Because it's an irritating song. The lyric is irritating.
Okay.
Yeah. You asked. Yeah, I appreciate the big swing, but for whatever reason, big swings from him that don't land irritate me more, maybe because I think he's capable of more. Like it's a good problem to have. Like he's good. He's as good as is working right now. But when he misses, it's frustrating. He's allowed. I can just skip the song. I'm not
Yeah,
gonna.
I mean, that's how
If I'm not gonna write this down and post it somewhere.
Right, yeah.
You know, because this is context. It's like, no, I think he's brilliant. I think he's as good as songwriting gets right now. I just,
I mean, there's a version of him that you like, and there's a version of him that you don't. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
and,
okay.
like,
I don't
that's-
fault him for that. I don't.
I mean, I've talked openly, so much so that I'm like putting on a show about it. Not about it, but like just regarding it. I like Jason Mraz very much, but like his latest like couple 3 albums are unlistenable to me.
He seems like a very sweet man.
He's
like, when I've
great,
heard
and
him-
he's like a leftist, like an actual, and
Well,
like
that's the
he
thing,
puts his money where his
separating-
mouth is and shit.
They talk about separating the art from the artist when the artist is a problem, but you like
Right.
the song. But what about when they seem like a
When
great guy?
when they align, yeah,
yeah,
exactly.
and
yeah.
then they're fucking up the music.
I know, man. Like so he got married, and then he had a kid, and then his music got bad.
Didn't he come out as non-binary or something?
I don't fucking know. Fine, they
I
got
thought you guys
married
were close.
and had a kid.
No. No, I just meant like
we fell off after when he made when he started just doing dance music. I'm just like, I don't give a fuck
man.
about this shit.
yeah, White
Start
Man's
playing
World
sad,
just made me
play
just
sad
made
songs
me
again.
angry. Anxiety made me angry. But there's some songs. Did you get the second live record? Did you hear the second live record?
I listened to it, yeah, because he like, but
The
like
Live
he's-
at the Ryman.
He keeps posting just like full shows on his YouTube.
He
channel.
does on his bank. He did because they were on his Bandcamp page. And he was
No,
selling
he
for like
posts
$10.
just full videos of concerts, like hour and a half long concerts.
That's great. Oh, yeah. See, Ryman. It starts with "Hope the High Road." Now, I will say that the first live record he put out sounds way better. It's a smaller rooms, better recorded. The Ryman stuff is kind of echoey, a little harder to get into at first.
The other songs were Razor Town, which is great, and
That is a good song.
and Outfit.
Which record are we talking about?
The live album,
The first live
the
record.
Alabama one.
Oh, that is good. And is that the one? Does it have TVA on it too?
Yeah, but
That's like a
I didn't
that's
get
like
that
a
song.
that's like a rarity truckers song that
Yeah.
showed up like on a. They had a truckers B-side collection.
Well,
that
he
I know
basically
that
at
from.
that show played all the trucker songs he wrote, and then some of his solo stuff
He wrote
because the trucker stuff was like
yeah.
more popular than his stuff.
He
at the
wrote
time.
either like only like 7 or 9
Yeah.
trucker songs. Like it
and
was
most
very-
of them he played at this Alabama show. Yeah.
That's a good record. That's a real good record.
Yep.
You see what you did?
No.
Well, I hope.
What have I done?
What have I done to deserve this?
What have I done? What have I done?
Yeah, live from Alabama. Wow, 2012. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tour of Duty, Decoration Day, Goddamn Lonely Love, Heart on a String. That's a cover, but
I didn't buy it.
you're not missing out. Danko Manuel, great song. Iteration Town, great song. I like Alabama Pines very much.
Yeah. The
Outfit.
Razor Town and Alabama Pines are 2 other ones of his that I like started to learn, and then I kind of fell
I
off.
like Cigarettes and Wine. Like, it's not a great song, but I like it, if that makes
Didn't buy
sense. You don't need it. TVA is fine. The Blue I did not like, but it's got Dress Blues.
Yep.
And they have, like, the horns come in. The fucking horns on Goddamn Lonely Love.
It's great. I mean, like that the instrumentation of that, like even if you, I feel like my thing with him is even if I don't like everything about the song, like if I don't like the lyrics, because it sucks when you're absolutely right where like he lets himself down. Like which is a problem, which is a fear I have because I'll write a song and I've
been meaning to talk to you about that.
Oh my God! Please don't. Like and then so I'm kind of apprehensive about even starting to write a song or especially playing them in front of people, because like I don't want to let past me down because like I wrote so such and such killer song or whatever. And so, yeah, I can understand the lyrics not, and that's like most of his thing is the songwriting because he's one of the best songwriters
he's
around
so very
right now.
good.
He's like
he's
incredible.
He's
Have you
so
looked into
very
John
good.
Moreland yet? I've brought him
I
up
don't
to
know
you a
that
couple
name.
times.
I don't know
he
that
sounds
name.
like Springsteen, except he can sing better and he's a better writer.
I've been listening.
But he's a
to-
really, really big guy. He's a big old guy.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I've been listening. The weird one is Chris Stapleton was
Yeah.
on.
Was he on Pardo or something or Marin?
No. He did one of like Sunday night or Monday Night Football. He did the theme, but it was fucking. they were covering In the Air Tonight by Phil Collins. But he's singing it, and I don't like Phil Collins solo songs. He irritates me.
Yeah.
But he was fucking great. And then Snoop took a verse, and it worked. And then he came back in. Yeah, you heard me. I said the words. And it confused me too. But that voice coming out of that guy is very confusing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and he's got there's a song of his called I Think You Should Leave.
Oh, yeah.
Fucking great.
A guy that comes to my shout out to Micah, who sometimes I don't see him. He's a guy who would come to my open mic sometimes, and when I don't see him, it turns out it's Elon Musk's fault.
Oh.
Because he's embroiled in like legal stuff with Elon, with one of his 100 lawsuits.
That's exciting.
It's very funny. Anyway, Micah plays that song. He also plays a Taylor Swift song.
Interesting.
Hi, it's me.
I'm the problem.
It's me.
It's me.
Yeah.
I know. Yeah.
Never heard the original of either of those, actually.
I heard it. I would say hear the Stapleton song first, but that's
I'm not gonna listen to the Taylor Swift one for sure. I'm not.
It's fine. I heard it.
And like, good for her, and good for the people that like her. And she's probably like the what was that band where they said like barely anybody was at the show, but everybody at the show started a band?
Velvet Underground.
Right. She's kind of like the Velvet Underground for ukulele girls.
Taylor Swift?
Yeah, because I'm sure she's like, I've met people that she is responsible for them picking up a guitar and starting singing.
I never saw her do anything on a ukulele. That's confusing.
No, but all the girls just pick up a ukulele because it only has the 4 strings, and that's easier.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that style of music. Ukulele girl is a genre of music. They don't all have ukuleles. Yeah.
Okay.
Attractive, usually white girl playing some like cutesy cover of like a hip hop song or something.
It's weird. Then I do know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
it's
ukulele
weird.
girl.
I heard
hashtag
my spirit animal Dana Gould had a thing on Threads. He's like he has teenage girls, so he hears a lot of their music.
What is he doing with them?
They're his dogs.
Give them up. Release them.
Into the wild. But the gist of it was, I hear a lot of Taylor Swift. I can see that she's talented. Not for me. This Olivia Rodrigo record is pretty fucking great. And he's right. The Olivia Rodrigo record is pretty fucking great.
I think she's a plant. I think she's an op by whatever record company that she's. I think she's a robot.
It's a really good record, though.
Yeah, well, AI. They've leaps and bounds. Also, like,
weird.
Does she write her own shit?
As far as I know.
Well, then
She's
cool.
On her second. Yeah. It's
good for her.
Like the record itself is like really hooky and really smart and really dirty and really funny. Like it's really well done.
I will take your word for it.
I will never hear it. That's okay.
I may hear it. I'll just take your word for it. And then, like, even if I hear it, I'll still be like, well, Chris said this was good, so it must be. There's a record that just came out. Like, I happened to be like, oh, Kimbra hasn't released an album in a while. I wonder if she released one last week. So that's something that I'm just gonna like.
Who's that person?
Kimbra is okay. This is a callback to a thing I just did earlier. The Somebody That I Used to Know. You know that song?
Oh,
she's the girl.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she's the talented one in that song.
It's the Kyoto. I don't know that I've ever really heard the song. I think I heard like covers of it, but I don't think I ever heard the original.
I cover the song. Everybody covers the song. That's a ukulele girl song. Like ukulele girls would totally cover that song. That's a great band name, by the way. Ukulele Girl or Ukulele Girls.
If you and I ever start a band, that's the name of it.
That's what it's called. Ssnotwasscall.
Hi, we're Ukulele Girl.
And then it's like
you and me.
Metal. It's speed metal.
Doom metal. It's cronk.
Yeah, just
cronk.
Big, like, just dirges. Yeah, an octave pedal, and then you just tune it like 3 octaves lower.
Everything you've said, I'm on board with.
Okay.
And I 5-minute warning, by the way.
Yep. I know you have a heart out.
Yeah, I do.
And die.
I have to go I have to go take lots of drugs.
Have a hard
Not fun ones. Well, one of them's fun. The sleeping pill is fun, but the rest of them aren't.
have a hard on.
Yeah, you do. For content.
Content
Content.
brought to you by consumers. I don't know. We're all consumers.
No. Consumers, we know what you need.
You need content brought to you by corporations.
Oppenheimer, it's the bomb.
It was quite good.
I heard, and there were boobies in it, which is
Unnecessary.
sounded so like I am so glad, what spoilers. I am so glad that I just happened to see something that said that because we were considering taking the kids to see that movie.
No, God,
Yeah, no, we did not.
No, that's like there's for so many reasons don't take kids to see this movie. It's fucking boring for children. It's just a bunch of white guys sitting in a room talking. That's most of the movie. It is
You obviously
fucking
don't know both of my children that
it is
well.
fucking captivating. But like and it's really worth a watch. But
One of my kids would be really into that. Can you guess which one?
Salvatore. Your secret kid. Come on out, Salvatore. Come on out.
What?
That we know about. All right. Anything you want to plug? You want to play a song? What do you want to do?
No.
As we wind it down.
I had wanted to. I was like warming up. Although it is funny, I started doing this. You ever accidentally hit the loop pedal and do, well, this is what I did. And I started getting mesmerized by it, and I started playing along with it, and I was using the pedal for an idea. I mean, the pedal tone, literally. It's a B, and playing chords around the B. And it was fun. I may have to do something with it at some point.
I did some weird synth shit last night.
Yeah.
It's the first time I've done synth stuff on stage. Fucked around with it here.
Oh, did you fuck around and find out?
I did find out. I found out that I liked it.
Oh.
Yeah, I have to figure out how to decrescendo,
Make it happen
crescendo
again. Yeah,
better.
Do other shit with it.
I need to find that G spot one more time.
It's a myth.
There it is.
You spotted it?
Yeah.
There it is.
There it is. Ooh, speaking of the spot, I fell asleep watching Across the Spider-Verse because I was a very tired little boy last night. And I'm just going to start it over because it's so fucking good. Ew!
You're
let me
welcome.
hear it.
Now, I started watching the multi-part Willie Nelson documentary on Paramount Plus.
Paramount Plus.
Please. It's very, very interesting, but Paramount Plus is not cooperating at the moment.
And
so.
they don't have enough stuff to justify me actually
No, that's
having
Peacock.
a subscription.
I got to get rid of Peacock.
Neither of them. I'm serious. I don't think most of them don't have enough. Only reason I still have Amazon is because it's Amazon, so I need to order stuff. Netflix was grandfathered in.
Yeah, you're a part of the problem. That's why you still have Prime.
Hey, look, man. Until we defeat capitalism, then there's nothing I can do to stop it. Jeffrey Bezos is still gonna get tax breaks and still gonna gobble up small businesses all along the way.
Of course.
So I might as well just ride the fucking wave,
now,
baby.
How far along are you on What If?
I'm one episode behind. I saw the engine one.
The one that's on.
And so maybe I missed. Maybe if one came out yesterday and today, then I
every
missed
day
then,
until
then
the
I'm
30th.
Yeah, so then I may be too. No, because the one that was after that was, what the fuck was it? Shit.
That was.
No. Yeah, I haven't seen. So I'm 2 behind. Yeah.
They're both. I enjoyed them both very much.
Okay.
And they're starting to hit a bit of a narrative.
Well, they started that in the fourth episode.
Perhaps you would see more of that. I would say watch them.
And then the last 2, like the Captain Carter one, ended
very good.
With her being like, it was much better than the first Captain Carter one. Much better.
It's very, very good. And they
Yeah.
got most of the
Because
people
it
back
was like,
for the voice
what if we
acting.
did the Winter Soldier, but it's actually different this time, as opposed
Yeah.
to the first one being, what if we did Captain America, but a
It's
girl
exactly the same.
instead?
Yeah, but exactly the same otherwise. Just so we can kill her off live in like 8 seconds. But that's
Which,
a different
by the way,
conversation.
was great.
Which
Also,
part?
different version of Captain Carter, but I
do
loved Multiverse of Madness. Like, there's some shit I think it could have been 30 minutes longer, honestly, which I do not
Wow.
say about Marvel movies, but I
Even
also
with
think
them-
that about the Marvels.
even with Amerigo Vespucci in it, and she wasn't great.
She's fine. Look, man, the kid actors can't all be Aman Vellani. They lucked
Yeah,
out.
that's a
They
tall.
fucking
that is a high.
nailed it with her. Like,
She's so fucking good.
and I
You
think
know, she wrote a comic. She
Yes.
wrote a Ms. Marvel comic.
yes. And like, have you seen her in interviews and stuff?
I have not.
Oh my god, yeah. Just watch her on like Seth Meyers or whatever. I mean, he's the only one I can stomach. Maybe Kimmel, but like, I'm not. Don't
See-
watch her on Fallon because why
See, the
would
problem
you watch Jimmy Fallon?
with anything that she's on is that normally Brie Larson is there, and she is wearing something
No. These are
befitting
just.
of someone.
This was just her on the couch
Okay.
with Seth
Okay,
Meyers.
then
Yeah,
I'll
no,
try.
this wasn't like a press
Yeah.
tour thing. Oh
Yeah.
no. I don't watch Brie Larson interviews because I'll get distracted
Very distracting.
by internet comments about how she's the worst. She ruined movies. Somebody tried to tell me that the other day, and I'm like, okay, all right.
You had a
She's
person tell you
terrible,
that?
and I'm like, no, she's not. You're being
No,
the
she's
internet.
great.
You're being the internet right now,
You are-
and you need
wait,
to calm
a person
down.
in real life told you that? Mm-hmm. Wow. Do you talk
he-
to that person anymore?
He's got internet brain. Yeah, it's okay. I will defrag his brain. Yeah, we'll
Good
get
luck
him.
with
We'll
that.
get him right. Yeah, we'll set him straight.
I just like
Yeah.
that's just
like,
one of those
like
walk-away
I understand not liking Captain Marvel the movie because it's like not a great movie. It's not.
moments. No, it has some things I really like about
It's got some cool stuff. Like the fight scene where she is being interrogated by the Skrulls, and she
Sure.
wakes up and she beats the fuck out of everybody on the ship, and then crashes
yeah.
into a blockbuster. That's
And
fucking
then she's
gold.
like, is that the barefoot fight?
Yeah, when she's running down the hallway where she has the little things on her arms. Yeah.
Yes.
And then the fight on the train is good, and then the rest of the movie's fine. Oh, Flurkin.
No, Flurkin. But no, there's some beautiful
Oh, and
moments in
all
there.
the stuff with her and Fury is great, and the
Actually,
stuff on
no, the
stuff on the
Stan
farm is
stuff,
pretty good too.
When they cut together the thing when she was a little girl, and then the thing when she was a pilot, and then the thing
I
when
hated
she's
that.
Captain Marvel. Well, you're wrong.
No. Like I get
It's
it.
weird that surprises me because I thought you enjoyed the aspirational aspect of a lot of these movies, and that's it right there, like writ large. Like that's as good of a version of that as I think they ever did. I thought it was beautiful. I teared up when I watched it.
What would make you think that I like the aspirational things in this movies?
I'm just trying to give you a little more credit than you should have, I guess.
Absolutely not. No, don't
Absolutely
don't
not.
defame me. What the fuck is wrong with you? I have a brand to uphold, motherfucker. You know what? We're done. We're done forever. We're done. Goodbye. You.
But wait.
No, I won't.